continuing on with this other incredible project that you just mentioned, the Never Broken paperback, which was just released, is a fascinating story of how you got home that you share from Interlochen Arts Academy, that basically Homer, Alaska, your town, comes together, raises money to send you, which is an incredible thing. And you now have to come home during spring break. Could you share with all of us how you actually got home?
I didn't make it home on that trip. So my town helped send me off. It was really an incredible experience. I got a partial scholarship, but still needed $10,000. So I did my first solo show, and local businesses donated items. Some women had taken me under their wing and taught me how to do my first little fundraiser. And so I had it to the penny, I think, my tuition money. It was so much money, I thought I'd have a butler and a maid, and I was envisioning these incredible things in the South happening. By the South, I mean Michigan. And I showed up to realize that you still needed money for food and books, and so I was really quite unprepared. And so I had to get a couple jobs on campus and off campus to earn my way through high school. And then I didn't realize you weren't allowed to stay on campus for spring break and holiday breaks. I thought I could just hunker down in my dorm room while people went home. I couldn't afford a plane ticket to Alaska. And so I concocted this genius idea when I found out I couldn't stay on campus, that I would learn guitar. So I taught myself a few chords and thought I would street sing and hobo across the country because I'm smart. And then I ended up hitchhiking through Mexico because I'm really smart. Went from Tijuana down to Cabo. I hitchhiked down there, and then
and what were you carrying at the time to protect yourself?
Oh, when I showed up on campus at school,
in
I had a very large skinning knife,
okay.
Which I was almost kicked out for. Apparently, they do frown upon that in the finer establishments here in the lower 48. In Alaska, it's just a very normal thing. Everybody has a large skinning knife on their belt. And so I was almost kicked out of school, but when I decided to hitchhike through Mexico for spring break, I talked my dean into giving it to me again. And it was nothing too scary happened, actually. The Detroit City Bus Station was the scariest part. After that, it was okay. And I started street singing, and that's what got me writing songs, was making up lyrics about seeing America for the first time, and hero worship, and the idea of wanting somebody else to save you, and the idea that we aren't really thinking about saving ourselves. And it was an amazing trip. I ended up giving foot rubs to tourists on the docks of Cabo, which was really disgusting. But what's funny is I thought I needed to have a competitive edge, of the other foot rubbers on the docks. And so I had the sign that said reflexology, and I'd read this little book on it. The funny part is that I thought there'd be competition on the docks for foot rubs. I was the only game in town, and I earned the ferry money pretty quickly. And then went through the Copper Canyons all through Mexico, and then back to Cabo, and hitchhiked back up to Tijuana, and then hoboed by train without being murdered. So it was like a total success.